Hey, welcome to workout number 3. Today we're gonna focus on booty toning, hamstring toning, cardio, fat burning, and core. This is Mel, this is Carson, let's go. So the first workout, we're gonna do 1 minute of jump twists. So with the jump twist, it's like a jump rope type pace. Keep your abs as tight as you can. Twist your hips without letting your upper body twist. Lean back a little bit. So we're gonna get your heart rate elevated. We're gonna stretch out your core this way and this way. So let's go ahead and get started. We're gonna do 1 minute. So this is a really good circuit to do to get your heart rate elevated, get your core stretched out, because every single circuit that we do, pretty much we hit your abs from every possible angle. So I wanna make sure that we start the workout with your core getting good and stretched out. So we're gonna do 1 minute. All right, it's like a jump rope type pace. Keep your abs as tight as you can. And like I said, with these workouts, there's no squats, no lunges, no burpees. Those, for some people, can bulk up muscle in your legs. So all of the cardio that we do is some type of like jumping rope with or without a rope, jumping jack type exercise, running in place. Just really good at getting your heart rate up, burning a lot of calories and fat, and at the same time, not bulking up muscle in your legs. So that's what we're going for. So 1 minute, almost done. All right, perfect. All right, 3, 2, 1. All right, now we're gonna go down to your mat. We're gonna warm up your upper body and your core again. So we're gonna do 12 of the pike twists on both sides. So go down on your hands. If you need to, you can go down on your forearms if it hurts your wrists. We're gonna cross your legs, and then you're gonna pike up. Keep your knees locked out, pike up. When your booty goes up to the air, you wanna look through your legs behind you. That way you can really crunch your abs. All right. You wanna twist your hips. Whatever leg is in front, I want you to twist your hips that direction. You're gonna feel this like way up in your upper obliques, your abs, and your serratus muscles. Those muscles in your upper abs, your upper core, it's like muscles on top of your rib cage, like point down to your belly button. So it's all about getting more like the upper oblique area. That's what we're going for. All right, perfect. You feeling it? All right, good. Right back up. Now the second set. All right, let's go back into the 1 minute of the jump twists. So remember, keep your abs as tight as you can. It might seem kind of goofy at first, but like I said earlier, these are great at just toning your core, getting your heart rate elevated. That's the plan. We're not trying to bulk up your legs. Girls can actually build leg muscle fairly quickly. A lot of my clients can, especially if you're, say, a former dancer, ballerina, track athlete, volleyball player. If you're trying to get into modeling or just want more of a model type of a body, if you're doing the wrong types of workouts, like I always talk about, you could be unknowingly building muscle in your legs. So that's why I'm really want to focus on not having you guys do any exercises that are going to bulk up muscle in your thighs, your hamstrings, and your booty. We keep everything very athletic and toned, but not big and bulky. All right. 5 seconds. All right, back down to the pike twists. So with a lot of the core exercises that we do too, there's actually a lot of upper body that we kind of like sneak in there. Since we're not going to the gym, we're not using, heavy weights, we're not using like the shoulder press machines, the lat machines, the chest press machines. So you're gonna feel a lot of these core exercises in your upper body, your shoulders, your chest, your triceps, your upper back. So we wanna make sure that your entire body stays very athletic and toned. And it's not just about shrinking hips and legs down, it's about your entire body staying very athletic and toned, which is sustainable. We don't want big and bulky, that's not what we do, but we also don't want skinny. So skinny is not sustainable, athletic and toned is sustainable. So that's what we're going for. So each of these workouts that we do are full body. We're gonna target every single muscle group. All right. Right back up for the last set. All right. You guys keeping your core tight? You feeling it? Yep. Mel, feeling it? All right, good. Yeah, keep your abs as tight as you can, guys. It might seem kind of goofy at first, but you're really gonna feel your core getting warmed up horizontally and vertically. Remember to lean back a little bit, just a little bit. You're gonna feel that stretch down the center of your core. That's what we're going for. We want your heart rate elevated the entire workout, so that way we're burning calories and fats while we are doing like inner thigh or booty or hamstrings. All right. Perfect, perfect. All right, 5 seconds, then right back down to the mat. Last set. All right, here we go. Last set. Cross your legs, twist your hips. And with this one, really focus on not having your hips parallel to the ground. You want to cross your legs and then twist your hips whatever direction your top leg is in. Keep your knees locked out. Pull your booty way up in the air as high as it can go. Crunch your abs, look through your legs behind you. And like I said, if you need to, you can go down to your forearms if it hurts your wrists. A lot of my clients are former like ballerinas, gymnasts, athletes that maybe have like a bad wrist or something. So with any of the pike exercises, if you need to go down to your forearms, you totally can. Not a big deal. All right, crunch your abs as tight as you can. Awesome. You feeling that burn? Carson, feeling that burn? Good. All right. All right, next, go and hop up, kind of lean back, stretch it out a little bit, shake your arms out. I know your arms are probably on fire too. So we're gonna go right into 50 of the half jacks. So half jacks is basically just a jumping jack without using your arms. So we actually do a lot of upper body work like I mentioned earlier. So I kind of want to try to save your arms when we do the half jack. So half jacks, we'll do 50. And then we're gonna go right into 50 of the plank twists. So let's go ahead and get started. So 50 half jacks. So just 50 right there. We want to keep your heart rate elevated the entire time. So 50, then we're gonna go down on your forearms and do more core and upper obliques. So the plank twists, these are one of my favorite core exercises that we do. They get everything in your entire core. They get your abs, your obliques, your lower back, your rectus abdominis underneath your abdominal muscles, which are really important if you want to have a really strong core. And then we're gonna do a little bit of hamstring and lower booty toning. All right. All right, now 50 of the plank twists. So we'll show you these in both angles. So the plank twists, you can use the sliders, you can use washcloths. It doesn't matter. This one you can do body weight like Mel is doing. You can do, like I said, sliders, washcloths, doesn't matter. So with the plank twist, you want to pretend that there's like a soccer ball, volleyball underneath your hips. And then you want to come up and over and around that invisible ball, like a rainbow arcing type of a motion. So you want to get your booty up in the air in the middle and then act like you're trying to tap your hip down to the floor at the bottom. So it's 50 both sides. With the rep counts, like I mentioned earlier, if we're doing 50 of the plank twist, 50 of the jump twist, and I say 50, it's that number total, so 25 both sides. If we're doing something like inner thigh or the heel press hip thrust that we're about to do after this, and I say 20, and you're doing one leg, one side at a time, it's that number both sides. All right, and with all the bouncy cardio that we do, I always tell my clients also to keep your abs as tight as you can. So keep your abs tight. That way, it's a little bit extra of a core exercise while we're doing the cardio. You guys are about to be sweaty. Y'all are doing great. All right, right back down. So like I said, this one's mainly for your obliques, but it's literally your entire core. So all the way around your core. It doesn't look like much, but it's sneaky. And like I said earlier, a lot of the core exercises that we do, you're going to feel in your shoulders, your triceps, your chest, your upper back, and this is definitely one of them. It's harder than it looks, I promise you guys. Remember, pretend to go over and around that invisible soccer ball. All right, perfect. All right, right back up. Last set. And with all of these workouts that we do, I always tell my clients, within each circuit, really try not to take any breaks or breathers. Really try to go from like boom, boom, boom. But in between each circuit, if you need to take a break, take a breather, grab a sip of water, that's totally fine. I just don't want you to take too much of a break in between each circuits. I don't want your heart rate to dip back down, and then we have to kind of start from scratch. So really try to kind of just rip through these as we're going. Right, abs tight. Doing amazing. All right, last set of the plank twists. And you want to have your feet kind of like maybe shoulder width apart. Sometimes I see people do these and they have their feet too close together, and they have to focus a little bit too much on their balance. If your feet are a little bit like wider, shoulder width apart, you can focus all on your core and not on trying not to fall on your face. Feel that in your obliques? Good. All right. Good, good, good. Right. Go up and over around that invisible ball. Perfect. All right. Done with the second set. All right, for the third circuit, we're gonna start with cardio. We're going to do 50 of the heel to butt running in place. So with this one, you wanna do heel to butts, not high knees. And the reason why I say not to do high knees is because if you're wearing ankle weights or you're just prone to building muscle very easily, doing the high knees could potentially build up muscle in your hip flexors, your upper thigh. And if you know anything about me, I talk about hip flexor, reduction. We don't want to build them up. So let's go ahead and go into 50 of the heel to butt running in place. So this workout, the beautiful thing with this workout is that you can do this one completely body weight only. The only equipment that we are using are either slider discs or washcloths. We're not using any dumbbells, we're not using any ankle weights, no machines. So you can do these workouts, like this workout specifically, in a park, in a hotel room, in your room if you don't have any equipment. So it makes it just, there's no excuse to not get a workout in. So next we're gonna go down and do 15 human saws. So Mel is gonna show you how to do the human saw with the slider discs. Carson is gonna show you how to do the human saws just body weight only. Just go on your toes, use your forearms, your core, and your toes, or your slider discs, just to drag your body back and forth, maybe like 3, 4, 5 inches. It's a really short range of motion. So keep your booty down, keep your abs tight. It's a plank, just kind of like on steroids. So you're gonna feel this a ton in your upper body too. So we're doing 15, then we're gonna flip over on your back, and we're gonna do 20 of the cross leg heel press hip thrusts. All right, you feel that? Yeah, that's a core burner, big time. Okay, heel press hip thrusts. So this one, you wanna cross your legs. So cross your leg. So you want to pull your foot out and kind of like the perfect angle. Yeah, that's perfect, Mel, perfect, Carson. And you have to pull your toes up and press just with your heel. So press with your heel, flex that one glute as tight as you possibly can, then dip it back down. And don't go too fast. So you should be feeling this one if your leg is at the right angle and your foot, you're only pressing with your heel, you should be feeling this in your middle hamstring, upper hamstring and your lower booty, like where your upper leg flows into your lower booty. So that's an area that I talk about a lot, that a lot of girls that are in good shape kind of have a problem area with. Like one of my clients recently was complaining that when she puts on a pair of like tight jeans, that there's like that like line like right there, like under her booty. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, I've actually had a lot of people kind of like say like that's kind of like an annoying area, even though they're not like overweight or anything. So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to target those kind of like last little areas that most girls that start with us are just kind of frustrated with. So this one is really good at just keeping the backs of your legs very athletic and toned. So since we don't do a bunch of squats and lunges and burpees, if you negate the backs of your legs by not doing those, the backs of your legs could get that kind of like cellulite-y, kind of like skinny, fat type of a look, or your booty could get that kind of like pancake butt type of a look. So we want to definitely either prevent that or get rid of it. So in regards to cellulite, you can actually either prevent it or actually get rid of it by doing the correct types of exercises. All right, did you feel that one? The back of your leg? All right, good, yeah. It burns immediately. Like some of these, like I said earlier, some of these workouts are sneaky. It doesn't look like much, but you do them and they're like, oh my God, like that actually burns a lot. Whereas if you did, if I gave you a 100-pound squat bar and had you do a bunch of squats, yeah, you're gonna feel that burn, obviously, but it's also gonna bulk up a lot of muscle in your legs. Carson, your shoes untied. Hey, it's all good, it happens. All right, let's go right back into the human saws. And that always happens with certain brands of shoes. It's always like one shoe comes untied. The other one's like a fortress, but your right shoe is like, it's like it just comes untied every single time. That's so weird why that happens. All right, you guys are looking good. And you guys, your upper body and your shoulders are gonna be on fire right now. I keep saying that. I just wanna I always talk about that in my classes, that we sneak in those upper body exercises. We wanna make sure that your whole body stays very athletic and toned. So if your shoulders are completely on fire and then you're like, but I'm doing abs, why is my upper body dead? I do that on purpose. We do that on purpose. There's a reason for everything that we do. All right. Heel press, hip thrust, 20 reps. Remember, flex that one glute as tight as you possibly can. Want to tone up the backs of your legs, the lower booty. So the thing that we do with legs and booty too, since we don't do the lunges and squats, we actually target your glutes from every possible angle. We target your lower booty, your upper hamstring, your middle glute, your upper glute. That way, while shrinking everything down, we keep your legs very athletic and toned. So I talk about that in every single workout. When we do the other workouts that are mainly focused on legs and booty, you're gonna hear me talk about that as well. It's the same basic principle for core. We target your upper abs, your upper obliques, your middle abs, your lower back. It's all about just keeping your entire body athletic and toned, not bulky, and definitely not just skinny. All right, looking good, guys? All right, last set, let's go. So if you live on like the second floor, third floor of an apartment, your neighbors might be kind of annoyed with you if you're doing a bunch of bouncy stuff. We do a lot of bouncy cardio. It's worth it though, hey. They probably play their music too loud at nighttime anyways, so it's all good. All right, last set of heel press. Oh, I'm sorry. No, it's human saws, then heel press hip thrust. My bad. All right. Abs as tight as you can, booty down. It's a really short range of motion. It's not a big range of motion. And see how both of them, they're not pulling their booty up in the air. This isn't a pike, this is a plank. You wanna keep that plank flat, your body flat the entire time. Remember, it's 12, it's 15, it's not 12, it's 15. And it's that really short range of motion. So really short. You're not going like all the way out and then all the way back in. It's really short. Okay, last set of heel press hip thrust. Remember, toned, athletic legs, not big and bulky, and definitely not skinny. Right, you guys are looking great. Last set on this circuit. We're gonna wrap it up with one more circuit, then you guys are done. Mel is very happy about that. All right, legs and booty are on fire. Like all of my clients, I'll talk about this a lot in the leg booty workout that we're going to do. But all of my clients, even my clients that are like high fashion runway models, still have very athletic toned legs, booty. I've never had a model, a high fashion model in like New York or Paris that has said that their hip measurements are perfect. Their agency is super happy with their measurements, but they're not happy with the way that their legs or booty look. So everything is very athletic and toned, I promise you guys. All right, done, awesome. All right, last circuit. So next, we're gonna start with cardio again. We're gonna do 50 of the jump twists. So 50 jump twists. So I'm gonna slide back. You guys go and start. Abs tight, lean back a little bit. So 50 jump twist. We wanna keep your heart rate elevated the entire time, like I keep talking about. Then we're gonna do another hamstring lower booty superset. So when I say superset, we're kind of supersetting the heel press hip thrust that we just did with this 90-degree donkey kick. You'll see what I'm talking about in just a few seconds. And then we're gonna flip over on your back and do a big ab superset. All right, this is a good one, guys. So 50, 50, 20, 20. And remember, when I say to do 50 on like one leg, it's 50 one leg, 50 the other leg. If I say to do 50 jump twist like this, it's 50 total. All right, so go down on your hands and knees. So it's a normal donkey kick, like I'm sure you've done a million times, but this one, I want you to start with your leg already at a right angle. So kick your leg up as high as it can like physically go. So think of it like there's a stamp on the bottom of your shoe and you're trying to stamp the ceiling without bringing your leg all the way down. So with all of these booty exercises, I talk about it in my class all the time. You can do these exercises all day long and not really feel the burn in your glute, but the moment you really focus on flexing your glutes, you're gonna feel that burn like instantaneous. You feeling that burn, Carson? Okay, good. Yeah, so this one, it really gets the same-ish area of the one that we previously did, the heel press hip thrust. So I really like to focus on making sure that my clients, the backs of your legs, your lower booty, stay very athletic and toned. Since we don't do those lunges and squats and deadlifts and leg presses and burpees that most other group classes, most other trainers are gonna have you do. Those can really bulk up legs. We don't want big, bulky legs. We want long, lean, toned, Victoria's Secret Angel, Miss USA type legs. So this one, it burns. And if you want to add a little bit to it, make it a little bit tougher, have that a little bit more of a burn, you can put on some ankle weights. So in my classes, we usually use 2-pound ankle weights each. So anything around 2, 3, 4, 5 pounds is good. I actually wouldn't go heavier than 5-pound ankle weights. 2 pounds, that's a pretty big burn in the classes, right? Mel and Carson? Yeah. It doesn't sound like much at all, but 2-pound ankle weights with all the booty exercises that we do, since they're so focused, you're gonna feel it. But at the same time, like I always say, You can do these workouts like literally anywhere. So that's why this whole workout, we show you how to do it just completely body weight only. Okay, next, stretch and crunch. So this is my favorite ab exercise of all time. So seems simple enough. It's a normal sit-up, but the main difference with the stretch and crunch is that you want to pull your back up off the ground when you lay down. Like I could put my hand, my whole arm underneath Mel's back right now. What that does is when you lay down, pull your back up off the ground, you're gonna take a breath of air, and then that's going to fill your lungs with air. That's going to expand your rib cage, and then that in turn is going to stretch your abs. You're gonna feel that ab crack line down the center of your core. So I always talk about in my classes getting that like long, lean VS Angel type of a core as well. So the like ab crack line, not big, boxy, not like a masculine six pack. Perfect. Feel that stretch? Like you can see that stretch, that ab crack line, that stretch in both of their abs. It's right there. So that's a look that my workouts, my ab workouts, like we actively try to do to get that really long, lean, feminine core. Not boxy, but still very athletic and strong. All right, so we're doing 20, and then it's 20 of the reverse crunches. So form is everything with the reverse crunch. So this bend in Mel's legs, this bend in her knees, you have to have this exact bend in your knees. So you don't want your feet too far away from your booty. That's gonna be too much hip flexor, upper thigh. You don't want your feet too close to your booty, or your back isn't able to come up off the floor and give you that stretch. So you want to take that breath of air when you feel your back coming up off the floor. That's going to stretch your abs. And when you bring your feet down to the floor, don't tap your feet to the floor. Stop maybe like an inch or two right before your feet hit the floor. Just stopping abruptly before your feet hit the floor is going to make you have to be a lot more aware and engaging of your abs. Right. Feeling that burn, Mel? Yeah. This ab circuit is awesome. The combo of the stretch and crunch and reverse crunch, it's my favorite ab combo ever. All right. Looking good, guys. This is a big circuit too, so just hang in there, guys. You got this. All right. Sweet. All right. Second round. So 50 jump twist, abs as tight as you can, lean back a little bit. Yeah, your abs are gonna be absolutely on fire. That was like a bad dad pun. I like emphasize the absolutely. That was bad. That's like every one of my Zoom classes. It's like killer workouts / dad jokes. All right, you guys are doing awesome. We're almost done. Y'all's new shoes are amazing. Like I'm seriously jealous. Those are really cool. And at any point, if you need to do a little stretch, you know, if your hamstrings on fire, booty's on fire, you need to go down and do like the child's pose stretch. We'll show the form for that after this second round of the 90-degree donkey kicks. Absolutely go for it. All right. Right back up. Remember, kick the ceiling. You want to kick the ceiling and not kick the wall. All right, perfect. Really focus on flexing that glute. Right, looking good. Like I said, this is upper hamstring, middle hamstring, where that flows into like your lower booty area. In workout number 2, we do a lot of other booty exercises that are going to focus more on like your upper glute and your middle glute. This one is all about abs, cardio, and your middle, upper hamstring, and lower booty. So each workout focuses on a few different body parts. But the good thing with these workouts too is that you can do them every single day. You could do workout number 3 Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Since we're not using a bunch of heavy weights, machines, the goal is to create that long, lean, athletic, feminine body and not a big, bulky, like bodybuilder's type body. All right, you guys are doing amazing. Flex that glute. Feeling that burn, Mel? Okay, good. All right, awesome. All right, right back to the stretch and crunch. It's kind of like when you have a meal that's like so delicious and like no one at the table is talking. It's the same kind of thing for a workout. It's like the workout's so good, you're just kind of silent. All right, you guys are killing it. Pull your back up off the ground. Take that breath of air right when your back starts to come up. Going for that very feminine VS core. Right. And this is the tempo that you want to go at too. You don't want to do either one of these too fast. You want to have a good, nice, slow, controlled pace. If you go too fast, you're going to kind of lose some of the stretching part. So the stretch part of the stretch and crunch and the reverse crunch is actually more important than the crunch part. Like getting a crunch is easy. Doing a sit-up, doing a crunch, okay, that's easy. But actually getting that stretch when your feet go down to the ground, when your back comes up, with the proper form, without using too much hip flexors, too much upper thigh, that's actually really tricky. So that's why I'm really focused on making sure that the bend in both of their legs is like at the perfect angle. That's what we're going for. And they are, yeah, they got perfect form. Awesome. I've taught you guys well. All right, back up, last set. One more set and you guys are done. All right, abs tight. Perfect. Mel, I'm gonna fix your mat. There we go. So like I said, at the beginning of the workout, we want to make sure that your heart rate is elevated the entire time. And even if you want to start the workout with, say, like a light jog outside, a jog on the treadmill, that's totally fine as well. And then just roll into the workout with your heart rate already elevated. If not, you can just do it as is. Still totally cool. All right, last set. Burn that booty. All right, kick it up as high as you can possibly go. So like I said, this is gonna work your middle hamstring, upper hamstring, where it flows into that kind of like that area in your lower booty. That's a trouble spot for a lot of girls. All right, awesome. You keep everything tight, toned, and athletic in the backs of your legs. Like I always say, not big and bulky, and definitely not skinny. All right, perfect. Kick it up as high as it can go. Stamp that ceiling with your foot. And this is the pace you want to go with this one too. This circuit, it's going to take you a little bit. It's going to take a while. You don't want to do this circuit too fast. Most of these workouts that we do, form is everything, and I don't want you to go too fast. If we do a circuit where I do want you to go fast, believe me, I'll tell you I want you to go fast, and I'll explain why. This circuit is definitely not one of those. This circuit is more about technique and form and tempo, rather than you just trying to hustle through it and rip the circuit out. But I bet Mel and Carson would probably want me to tell them to go really fast. Because I know for a fact their legs, booty, abs are burning. With a lot of these workouts, like slower is actually better. It's not just about just ripping it out as fast as you can. All right. Stretch and crunch. Stretch all the way back. And with this one too, if you want to make this one a little bit more intense as well, you can grab a little weight. You can grab a dumbbell. You can grab a bottle of water. You can grab anything that has a little bit of weight to it, stretch back, and that's just going to intensify that stretch a little bit more. And then same thing with the reverse crunch. If you wanted to get a little bit more of a stretch with the reverse crunch, you could put on a pair of ankle weights. That's totally fine. In my Zoom classes, we actually wear ankle weights. All right. All right, doing good. All right. Awesome. Last set of the reverse crunch. Remember to take that breath of air whenever your back comes up off the ground. Remember, see, I was saying that Mel's not even touching the floor with her feet. We want that. Perfect. Last set here, and you guys are done. Feeling that stretch? And with the stretch and crunch and with the reverse crunch, you can not only just feel that stretch, like when I do it, I can almost like envision the stretch. Like I can like, you know, does that make sense? Yeah, maybe, no, maybe not, I don't know. All right, you guys are almost done. Flip it over, do the cobra stretch, stretch your abs out. Do the child's pose stretch for your glutes and hamstrings, and you guys are done. Carson, Mel, you guys absolutely rocked it today. Thank you so much. And thank you guys so much too. Hope you enjoyed it.